prodigy. Play beyond limits.
So we're here with the incredible Teacherman. This is a really huge pleasure. Thank you, Richard. So a couple questions. Obviously, we found you 3 years ago when you started working or getting famous for what was happening with Aaron Judge. Take me back. Do you remember a conversation that you talked about one time when he said he knew he was going to win the home run derby?
40 is to hit it out.
Oh! That's good at the ceiling.
Yes, I was, after he won the derby, I went out to dinner with him and his agent and family afterwards. And in conversation, I, congratulated him how well he did. And he turned and looked at me and he says, Rich, after the first round, I knew I was going to win because everybody else was gassed, exhausted, and I'm just flicking them out of the park with my stretch and fire mechanics. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly, and he said, I could have done a whole nother derby. Everybody else was just gassed.
When he was 5, he said, teach me everything you know about baseball. And I did play a lot of baseball growing up, but, I didn't have a dad either. And so as a result, I just didn't have people to teach me. And your story about how you wanted to help your son was really impactful. Do you remember the day that you saw the blur in Barry Bonds' swing and kind of the aha moment?
Yeah, I'm in my recliner in a September night in 2006. The Cardinals are playing the Giants, and I'm really into hitting, and I'm really into Barry Bonds. And every time he'd swing the bat, I would play his swing back and forth with my DVR. And on that night, I saw the bat going backwards before forward. And when I played, I just pushed it forward as fast as I could, hoped to make contact. And I said, that's different. I had a wiffle ball pitching machine in my basement. I got out of the recliner, went downstairs, and just started messing with snapping the bat backwards. And within 5, 6, 8, maybe 10 swings, I'm starting to crush every ball.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, but I'm hitting every ball hard. Prior to this, it was hard for me to hit them. These are wiffle balls, wiffle ball pitching machine. It's hard for me to hit the balls because they were coming too fast.
Right.
Come on!
Well, suddenly I'm quick enough to hit those balls. So my son was a sophomore in college at the time. We had started this when he was in 8th grade, so we've been at it a long time. And that feeling was so new and special to me that I called him and I said, Brandon, I'm coming over to your school Tuesday. I'm going to pitch batting practice to you. I think I found something. So I drove a couple hours to his school. We got in the cage after his classes, and we don't know what we're doing, but we're just snapping a bat, and he had a good session. We're encouraged. We didn't know for sure if we had anything yet, but we were encouraged. So fast forward, he came home for college in May of 2007, and we just kept working at it. At this point in Brandon's life, he's never ever hit a home run. On May 24th, 2007, in a doubleheader, he hit 3 home runs. He hit 7 home runs that summer. He filled the gaps with doubles and triples, and it was just an amazing transformation, all because of the snap. My son's a great kid. He's not a good athlete. He's never a pro prospect. He was out hitting everybody on the field that summer. A kid with less than athleticism out hitting the athletes because of the technique. So at that point, I decided, or I was real sure that when I got this in the hands of any kind of athlete, an athlete that had this technique, it would be amazing. I give you Aaron Judge.
Yeah, and I've heard people say, well, the only reason it works is because it's Aaron Judge. That's crap. You did one, there was a video where you looked at a kid who was like, he had to be like 4 years old in Japan, and you just showed. And then the other thing was you showed a softball girl. You're like, this is not my girl, but she was doing the technique because she was ready for release. I'm curious to hear from you. My prediction is in the next 8 to 10 years, we're going to have multiple guys on teams that are hitting over 40 home runs, because I think if they'll have matured into it, and the entire game of baseball will be changed. What do you think your legacy is on the game?
Well, I agree with you. It might, I don't know what the time frame is, 8, 10 years, 15 years. There's so many young kids doing this right now that are having tremendous success. Your own son at 50-some home runs, a couple years. By the time they get to the big leagues, everybody will be doing this or they won't be playing.
That's right.
That these people are going to outperform the others, okay? So I guess that's what my legacy will be. Is I didn't create this. Barry Bonds was doing it. Ted Williams was doing it. Joe DiMaggio was doing it. Mickey Mantle was doing it. All the greats were doing it. What I figured out is a way to teach it so that we can do what the greats did. Most people in baseball consider those great players freaks, like they're just gifted and better than everybody else. Well, they are better than everybody else, not because they're freaks. It's because they have the combination of tremendous athleticism and special technique. And I developed a way to teach that technique that gives people their best chance to be the best player they can be.
Thank you, Teacherman.
Hey everybody, Coach Cam here. Thanks for watching that video. Please like and subscribe and let us know in the comments below who you'd like to see us interview in the future. We love doing this, and thanks for being a part of Swanky Baseball.